This year's Summer Summit has come and gone, so we have a lot to talk about. Stay tuned for more.
We are Nirvana.
Alright, so the Summer Summit has happened for this year. This is an event where Jagex goes over the changes coming to the game. There's many exciting things to talk about, so let's get right into it. Starting off, we have the Varlamore land expansion, which is set to be the largest land expansion in old school RuneScape history. This expansion is so vast that it's going to be released in separate segments. We've determined through leaked images many things about this new area. This area is set to feature 2 new quests, and as you can see from the images, there's so much varying terrain here. I can't wait to see how Jagex incorporates this with the new sailing skill and what we can expect moving forward. A huge part of this update is going to be the newly introduced Hunters Guild. As we can see from the images, there's going to be a teleport into here, a level 40 minimum to be able to access this area, and this should be a huge quality of life update for the skill and add so much more depth. This area is going to be complete with capital cities and so much more. Just take a look at these breathtaking images that we have of this upcoming area. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited for this. Alright, so saving my favorite thing about this expansion for last, we have the Coliseum. Based on the Blue Inferno update that was pulled a few years back, this Coliseum is going to be a wave-based PvM minigame essentially, where the loot scales based on your rounds and how long you survive. The trick with this here is that you can cash out and leave after any round, so the longer you stay, the more risk essentially, but the more loot that you'll be able to get in turn. I think this is a really interesting dynamic to add to the game, as we do not have this yet, and it will really push the game's best players such as the Wookses of the world, etc. So I really look forward to this. I hope Jagex does this right, and I would love to see this be an uncapped minigame, so we can see a world record and we can see who will really be the best at this. It'll be challenging and a fun new piece of content for sure. Alright, so next up we have leagues. And if you're unfamiliar with what leagues are, it's a temporary game mode where XP rates are accelerated, so it lets the player level up faster at an expedited rate. And there are perks essentially that each individual player can get to enhance their game, and really this provides a unique playstyle that promotes creativity and therefore brings some methods and new things to light in the game that maybe we haven't seen before. So this is fresh, and this is something that many of us usually look forward to. Unfortunately, a large part of the community seems to be a bit disappointed that they're just rehashing the Trailblazer League and the same principles and ideas that we had before. As I mentioned, this is something that's normally super fresh, and that's a huge selling point for it. However, if they are going to heavily recycle things, it kind of loses that element for a lot of people. So I'm interested to kind of see how this league plays out. I think Jagex really played it safe here, which I don't blame them. The Trailblazer League was the most successful league, and so they're trying to replicate that success. Let's just hope that they're able to provide enough freshness and enough new ideas and concepts to this that it keeps it innovative and it really keeps players interested and involved, because if not, I feel like that would be a huge missed opportunity. Alright, next up we have the Chambers of Xeric raid. If you think about it, this raid was released in 2017, so many of the PvM mechanics are just outdated or inconvenient. Now, I'm not much of somebody that participates in raids, but from my understanding, these are going to be some quality of life changes that help eliminate scaling and things like that. If you are someone who does raid often, let me know in the comments below what you think about this update and how useful it is, and if you're looking forward to any of these aforementioned updates. Before we go ahead and get into the remainder of the video, I wanted to take a second and let you guys know that the long-awaited community Discord is now live. I will have my invite link in the description below or on the channel community page. We are going to be doing some giveaways over here. It's going to be a good place to kind of just hang out with other subscribers and supporters of the channel and have general RuneScape discussion. There will be risk fights being put together on here, and overall just a lot of good content and a lot of good fun. So I would appreciate it if you guys would check out the Discord, as I'll also be doing important announcements on there, such as video releases and upcoming content, as well as account builds and how you can kind of get started with that type of thing. So check it out, guys. Thank you. The next thing I want to talk about is the new Deadman mode, and there's some bits from the stream that I kind of want to highlight and talk about.
We had a 1v1 finale. For this one, we are changing things up a bit. We are going to have multiple finales going on at the same time, essentially.
So one of the huge changes is just going to be the format of the finales, and this is really a major change. I'm kind of interested to hear what you guys think about this. Do you play Deadman mode, and do you like this change?
Deadman can join, so you'll be constantly fighting people to the death while this is going on, and then we're going to throw General Grado at you again. We are embracing the chaos for this. This is not a hardcore tournament. This is a fun explosion. We are just going to throw everything at a wall and hope it sticks, and we're going to have a good time doing it.
All in all, I really like the attitude the team seems to have towards this Deadman mode, and I really am looking forward to it. Personally, I enjoy Deadman mode, and this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Lastly, we have some changes that are going to be coming to the mid-level game. So this is very interesting. I think we see a lot of changes between endgame content and beginning game content, and the mid-game gets kind of left out. Personally, a lot of people are in the mid-game. I mean, if you think about it, a majority of players are probably in that mid-game stage, and a lot of people kind of quit around that stage. So I think having some new, fresh content for that level range, I guess, is really good for player retention and overall game health. It'll be nice having some new mid-game bosses, because bossing can be very hard to get into, but it is one of the most fun parts of the game, truly. I mean, bossing and raids are what keep many people coming back, but the barrier to entry is just difficult for someone that's new, because there's not a lot of opportunity for a player to kind of learn. So having a good mid-game boss to teach, simple mechanics and provide new-ish players with an opportunity to stick around and grow into the end-game content. So yeah, I love this, and overall, let me know what you guys thought of this year's Summer Summit. I thought it was very informative, and I'm very excited for a lot of the changes coming to it. As always, if you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Take care.